Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. is a world-renowned Brazilian professional footballer, celebrated for his exceptional skill, dribbling and goal-scoring as a forward, born on February 5, 1992, in Mogi das Cruzes, São Paulo, Brazil, and is a prominent figure in global football, having played for top clubs like Santos, Barcelona, PSG, and Al Hilal. Who is Neymar? He's considered one of the most talented footballers of his generation, known for his flair, creativity, and technical ability. He started his career at Santos FC, then moved to FC Barcelona, forming a famous trio with Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez, before a record-breaking move to Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, and later Al Hilal. Where is he from? Neymar hails from Brazil, specifically born in Mogi das Cruzes, São Paulo. Key career highlights. Santos FC led the club to a Copa Libertadores title. FC Barcelona won the UEFA Champions League and multiple La Liga titles. Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, achieved domestic success and became the most expensive player in history when he transferred. Brazil national team, a key player for Brazil, he has represented them in numerous tournaments. Neymar started playing for the Brazil national team in August 2010, making his senior debut at 18 years old in a friendly match against the United States, where he also scored his first international goal in a 2-0 victory. Key details. Debut date, August 10, 2010, according to FIFA. First match, a friendly against the USA. First goal scored just 28 minutes into his debut match. Context, he was called up by new coach Mano Menezes after the 2010 World Cup. Neymar has 3 children, son Davi Luca with Carolina Dantas, daughter Mavi with Bruna Biancardi, and daughter Helena with Amanda Kimberly, born from relationships with 3 different women, with Davi Luca being his eldest from 2011, followed by Mavi in 2023 and Helena in 2024. Davi Luca, born in August 2011 to his former girlfriend Carolina Dantas, he's Neymar's first child. Mavi, born in October 2023 with Bruna Biancardi, Helena, born in July 2024 with influencer Amanda Kimberly. The making of Neymar. A star is born. Neymar da Silva. Santos Jr. entered the world on February 5, 1992, in Mogi das Cruzes, a small city in the state of São Paulo, Brazil. From the very beginning, it seemed the boy was destined for football. Born into a modest family, Neymar's upbringing was defined by both the warmth of family support and the challenges of everyday life. His father, Neymar Santos Sr., had been a professional footballer, and he recognized early on the spark of talent in his son. Neymar's mother, Nadine, provided unwavering care and stability, ensuring that the family remained grounded even as Neymar's ambitions began to grow. From his earliest memories, Neymar was inseparable from a football. The narrow streets of Mogi das Cruzes and the local futsal courts became his first classrooms. It was here that he began to develop the signature skills that would later define his career. Incredible agility, dazzling footwork, and a fearless approach to the game. Even as a child, Neymar's joy in playing was evident. Every dribble, feint, and goal carried a sense of fun, as if he were dancing with the ball rather than just playing a sport. Neymar's talent quickly became impossible to ignore. Local coaches and scouts began to take notice, recognizing a young boy who could not only control the ball with precision, but also read the game with the intelligence of someone far older. But raw talent alone was not enough. His family made significant sacrifices to nurture his potential. Neymar Sr. became more than a father. He was a mentor, trainer, and strategist, dedicating countless hours to developing his son's skills while also teaching discipline, focus, and resilience. Despite the attention and early successes, Neymar's childhood was far from easy. Balancing school, family responsibilities, and the rigorous demands of training required maturity beyond his years. Yet the challenges only strengthened his determination. He learned early that talent must be matched with hard work, perseverance, and a belief in oneself. By the time Neymar reached his teenage years, it was clear that he was no ordinary player. His natural flair, creativity, and ability to perform under pressure set him apart from his peers. The boy who once played barefoot on the streets of Mogi das Cruzes was on the path to becoming a global football icon. Every step of his early life, from humble beginnings to the structured world of youth academies, was shaping not just a player, but a star. Long before the roar of stadiums and the flashing cameras of international fame, Neymar's foundation had been built, a combination of family support, innate talent, relentless practice, and a passion for the game that burned brighter than any obstacle. This was the making of Neymar, a star in the truest sense, born not just with skill, but with heart, determination, and the courage to chase a dream that would one day inspire millions. From Brazil to Europe, Neymar, then and now, 2026, the streets that shaped him. Before Europe knew his name, Neymar belonged to Brazil, not to stadiums or contracts, but to cracked concrete pitches, beach sand, and narrow streets where creativity was survival. Brazilian football had always been about expression, and Neymar embodied it completely. At Santos FC, he wasn't just playing, he was performing. Every dribble carried arrogance and joy in equal measure, a reminder of legends before him. From a young age, Neymar was marked as different. While others learned structure first, he learned freedom. This made him dangerous and controversial. Critics called him flashy, supporters called him authentic. But one truth was undeniable. Neymar was inevitable. Europe watched closely, aware that Brazil's latest gem could not stay home forever. Crossing the Atlantic. In 2013, Neymar made the defining decision of his early career. He chose FC Barcelona. It was a move filled with risk. Europe had broken many South American stars before him, forcing them to trade flair for efficiency. For Neymar, the challenge was clear: adapt without losing himself. At Barcelona, Neymar learned control. Playing alongside Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez forced him to elevate his intelligence, timing, and discipline. He became more than a dribbler. He became a winner. The treble season cemented his place among the world's elite, proving that beauty and effectiveness could coexist. Europe no longer questioned his talent. It respected it. Stepping out of the shadow. Success, however, brought a new dilemma. As long as Messi stood at Barcelona's center, Neymar's individual legacy would always be debated. In search of ownership over his destiny, Neymar made one of football's most dramatic moves. Paris Saint-Germain. In Paris, Neymar became the project. The expectations were enormous. Champions League glory, global dominance, and individual awards. At times, he delivered moments of pure genius. At others, injuries and pressure weighed heavily. The European spotlight was unforgiving, magnifying every absence, every decision, every celebration. This chapter of his career defined Neymar's complexity. He was brilliant, fragile, adored, and criticized, often all at once. Europe gave him power, but it also exposed his vulnerability. The cost of greatness. By the early 2020s, the physical and mental toll of elite football began to show. Repeated injuries interrupted rhythm and momentum. Media narratives shifted from potential to durability, from magic to missed matches. For the first time, Neymar faced a question no talent can dribble past: time. Yet even in limitation, his influence remained. Younger players studied him. Defenders feared him. Fans debated him endlessly. Neymar had become a figure larger than statistics, a symbol of what football was and what it was slowly losing. Neymar in 2026. Reflection over proof. Now in 2026, Neymar stands at a different place mentally. The urgency to prove himself has softened. What remains is perspective. He understands that his career was not linear, not perfect, but undeniably impactful. His head is no longer consumed by chasing validation. Instead, it turns toward legacy, inspiring freedom in a controlled game, reminding football that joy matters, and staying connected to the Brazilian identity that made him. Whether through mentoring, leadership, or simply presence, Neymar's value now extends beyond goals. He is no longer just a player moving through Europe. He is a memory being formed. Then and now, from Brazil to Europe, Neymar's journey was never about fitting in. It was about daring to be different in places that demand conformity. In 2026, he represents the end of an era, the street footballer who survived modern football's machine. Neymar's story is not one of perfection, but of courage. He leaped, he fell, he dazzled, and he endured. And when history looks back, it won't ask whether he fulfilled every expectation. It will remember that football felt more alive when Neymar was free. Please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you.